Commentary for the Japanese Grand Prix presented to you by Rikes, James and Kai.
Welcome along everybody to Suzuka here in Japan for the penultimate round of MMS Season 3. Just 2 races to go in this illustrious championship. With 2 championship contenders in the spotlight and with a gap of 7 points separating them, we might very well see the title decided today. This circuit is one of the most beloved in the whole of motorsport, with its iconic SS section as well as the corners at Spoon and 130R, both extremely challenging. And if you want to see accidents, they will probably occur there, with drivers being a bit too brave up the inside or the outside and either clattering into other cars or running themselves out wide. Weather is all dry for today's race, so let's go down to the grid to see where all the cars are lined up for what could be the title-deciding race.
It will be a title deciding race, so oha gozaimasu from me. My name, Kai, originates from Japan, so I'm kind of enlightened to commentate this race. On pole position we have the championship contender James Smith, 7 points behind Joseph Murray after his calamity race in Malaysia, despite it being one of the best drivers of this season. He is here to prove he is the champion. Peter is Marco Cargo, still impressing us. I mean, he's just there. He's really proving that he is championship material. Down the rest of the grid, you have Murray, Too Good, Littlegram, Mondragon, who went to Mercedes after De Jong got the boot. Zage, McHugh, Johnson, Holstead, Jankowski, Eugene Valiak, Aarons, Blanc, Pereira, Material, Kubusek, De Jong, who's been given the boot from Mercedes and is now in Lotus after literally injecting them with loads of money. Then we have the Sturman, Agnes, who has died in qualifying, Skinner, Kautokean, and Tommaso, who rounds off the grid. Also, just ignore that empty space ahead of Tommaso, just ignore.
Okay, we will do that instead. So, Smith, he's on pole position, he needs a perfect race today to keep his championship hope alive. Here come the 5 red lights here at Suzuka. It's lights out and away we go, and who's off the line? It seems a decent start from Smith. Murray's also got a pretty good start. He'll be looking to go alongside.
Too also had a pretty good start.
Had a fantastic start on the inside. Might got the teammate as Carrigal barges his way up the inside of the leader.
And I think that was definitely Too Good going very wide, coming out of turn 1.
Smith managed to hold it around the outside of turn 2 as we're now into the SS section. Very hard to pass here, especially on cold tyres and brakes. And I think, no, Too Good's dropped back actually. She dropped behind. Too Good's Toro Rosso. I think that's one of the Toro Rossos has had a fantastic start.
Yeah, that's Olivia Zage up into P5.
Into 5th place, just behind the Red Bull of Marcus Littergrom in the senior team. So we're going to see Too Good here. Too Good gets a very good start.
Yeah,
on the inside. Murray leads and then she outbrakes herself, and then Zage says thank you very much. Does a switchback on the Mercedes as well, and Shane McHugh also getting past that same Mercedes.
I mean, both of the Toro Rossos getting into tier 2, so that's good news for them. As now on board with Andrew Dragon. Down the inside of McHugh.
Almost up the inside of McHugh is kind of not on there. McHugh manages to hold on.
Car Eugene. It's 3 wide.
There's going to be 3 wide coming out of the exit of the corner. Holstead manages to hold on for the time being, but then has did he miss his gear shift or something there? Because Eugene powers past him on the run down towards Spoon, and there's a move up the inside from the Sauber. That's not quite going to materialise. Valyak stays really just behind Sean Holstead.
Materialising, there's Material in 15th. And now the rest of the grid, nothing really happening. Meanwhile,
so Smith has maintained his lead. Carrigal's had a very good run through 130R. Will he go into the final chicane? No, he's going to sit in just behind. So Smith is going to lead the entirety of the first lap.
That's allowed.
He's cut the corner a little bit there. He's on the outside now, coming through the final corner onto the main straight.
Look at Littergram in the background.
He's not quite close enough, and as you said, Marcus Littergram is right on the back of Joseph Murray here. He's not tugging into the slipstream for whatever reason. As Carrigal sends one up the inside.
And Carrigal's going to not get it. There's Jankowski.
Oh, Jankowski's gone off the circuit of the chicane. So what has happened to the Williams?
Oh, it's 3 wide.
Oh, we're going 3. Oh dear.
Runner. Bye.
And I would have to say that's probably the HRT on. I don't know which is Jean-Luc Blanc.
I mean, no. It's completely Material's fault. Okay, look at this. Blanc is already right for a move, and then Material just pulls too late, causes havoc. There was no space.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I didn't see Material pull out so late. I just saw Blanc had pulled an impossible move. Jankowski was not to know that we have 2 cars on his inside.
Damage.
Yeah, that was lucky.
He doesn't have any damage, that's true.
Speaking of damage, though, there's some damage to the championship fight of. Oh my god, look at this.
Oh, look at Littergrim up the inside of the Dunlop Essen, almost able to pull it off, and in fact
never
losing
mind, he's got it back.
almost losing the place. So we have a lot of switcheroos going on through the S's section, as we can see. But Marco Cargill is now the outright leader of the Japanese Grand Prix, and that is vital for Joseph Murray's championship because Smith is no longer in a position
down the inside of Mondragon, a bit of touchy
where he'll take championship lead, and McHugh is side by side with Mondragon coming out of the corner. Mondragon has the slightly better exit and is able to pull clear. Oh, Johnson sends one. But what would you make of that start race? Carrigal seeming very aggressive at the start. What would you make of that?
Well, it's nice to see him trying to go for it, seeing that Mercedes has stopped development into the season as they're not really going to catch the top two, and it's still nice to see that Carrigal is making that car work for him as the two cars around him are quicker. There's Smith trying to...
Smith's getting really close to the back of him. Here we go, coming in. It'll be quite sensible just to stick him behind and go for it into the chicane. Let's see if he's going to do it.
Tries to go on the outside.
He almost hit. He does hit the back of Marco Carrigal going through the chicane.
There's a bit of bump draft. Oh, he's going to the outside.
He's now going around the outside. Carrigal's got a slightly better run out of the corner. It's going to be able to just pull clear, but now splitting the slipstream and Murray's under attack. Not just from Littergrim, but from his teammate. I'm sure Tugud will probably have team orders from McLaren. Here comes the Red Bull on the inside. Oh, he's lost his front wing. His front wing has flown off the car, and that is disastrous for his championship. And now this is Joseph Murray's race to lose, or his championship to lose, because he now has a huge advantage over the Red Bull, who started on pole position. He's not going to finish.
He's a moving chicane. He's
not.
Let me have a look what happened there, because that was so weird.
It is very hard to overtake at this track. It is seeming pretty difficult for them to get past, and Carrigal's just bolting away. Let's have a look. He goes for the inside. It's quite far back.
He should have gone for it.
Oh.
He should not have gone for it.
Carrigal brakes right
Carrigal
after.
Actually, or he lifts off or something. He brakes a little bit early.
He brakes
and
because there was nowhere Smith could have gone because he brakes mid-corner. So I'm not surprised Smith lost the wing.
The Red Bull has nowhere to go. That is very, very fair. As now the two McLarens are side by side. Tugud might be here to spoil her teammate's party, and she has overtaken her teammate.
And the best thing is, Smith is actually pulling away. Was pulling away at the start. And look at Mondragon. Mondragon is backing this.
Andrew Mondragon just sitting behind.
Oh, Smith has the wide, the lack of downforce.
Finally going to overtake. Surely going to overtake. Yep, there you go. And Smith is back to being a moving chicane for the man who it's most important for. Joseph Murray, his main rival. Murray goes for it.
Oh, there's Mondragon onto Littergrim, and McHugh goes completely off the circuit on the outside.
Shane McHugh's going on the outside of Spoon here. That's not going to work out. It's very hard to open the side of that corner, as Sebastian Vettel proved in 2018. Spinning out after a failed attempt to get past Max Verstappen.
Meanwhile,
so
Smith
will be into the pits this lap.
I mean, this is just calamities for the championship. I mean,
everybody just trickling past it
through, you know.
He dominated, we'd have to say, the first half of the season, but ever since then it's really been always fighting back through the field. And look at this here. We have an absolute cluster of cars. That's one of the HRTs overtaking the winners. We've got Aaron's and Material side by side down the main straight, with Holster just ahead. Look at the speed that Jack Agnes has got just behind them. Aaron's on the inside.
Yeah, speaking of Agnes, look at this, he made a move around
he's lost out big time. Agnes is going to go around the outside now. What is Jakub Kubicek doing down in 15th position?
He started in 18th, he actually climbed positions.
Oh, that is fair, yes.
There's Tamer de Jong in 17th, showing some promise.
The two Force Indias, then Tegan Skinner, and then the two
Aston Martins,
two McLarens.
That is disastrous for James Smith. His only hope now is that Joseph Murray
literally dies in the race.
Or loses his front wing or something.
He's really close to his teammates. Something could happen there.
You can see on the minimap. You can see on the minimap just how long that pit stop took.
has already caught up to this pack.
I wouldn't be surprised looking at how much they were battling each other through the other corners. Carter Kayan is not looking very happy to let that position go, but I think just the car difference is going to mean he has to. Meanwhile, Massimiliano Tommaso, he's got 2 races left on his Aston Martin contract, and it's not going to be renewed because Red Bull are going to take him back for next season, as Tegan Skinner and Stemmer go side by side. Stemmer bouncing over the curbs, but able to hold on around the outside, unlike Shane McHugh the lap before.
Exactly.
Chaotic start.
Yeah, I mean, MMS always has chaotic starts, you know.
Really, a lot of action, and for some people, a lot of good action. For
look at this, Tegan Skinner down the inside, will it work?
Sturman hardly leaves the room, and now Tommaso's going to get a really nice run coming up.
No,
Skinner's just got track position. and we'll hold on to that one for the time being. Looking a bit further front, we've got Material pulling away from the
look at
battle we
this.
saw last lap. And Joseph Murray is up into second place now, back past his teammate.
Catching up to the
Yeah, but look at Mondragon. Mondragon has overtaken Littlegrim. Littlegrim is going down the order.
If Joseph Murray were to come second in this race and Smith were not to score any points, as it stands currently, then Joseph Murray would be 24 points clear in the championship. He'd be 25 points clear, and unless Smith wins the next race, Murray would be champion because of the countback rule. Murray has one more victory. So really, it's got to be second or worse. Third or worse, really, for Red Bull here.
Onto Mondragon.
Because I honestly don't know if the countback will work for second place. I don't know who has more. And what has been interesting is to see the Toro Rossos at the start of races, especially, always in amongst the big guns at the front of the field, but then they always drop off mid-race.
I mean,
we'll see.
It wasn't really the case with Olivia's age, no.
Well, it's happened a couple times, but it's happened a couple times where it just fades away from the top guys. Are still in a good position, but just fading away from the faster guys.
Same could be said about Aston Martin, but they just fade away to non-existence.
Here we go. Littlegrim. Is he going to lose his front wing? No, it was very going for a move. Pretty much.
So one Red Bull losing the front wing, John Mercedes in that corner.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much a carbon copy of how Smith lost the front wing. Littlegrim very lucky to still have that one on.
He's still
He's going up and he's managed to block Mondragon's better potential traction on the exit and has got up into fourth place. Nice move from Marcus Littlegrim.
And there's Shane McHugh. Oh dear, that's a lot of contact from the Toro Rosso to the Mercedes. Then we have Michael Valiak, who's going to be driving for Stefan Grand Prix next season. Quite an interesting move, you know. Valiak now pumps into...
Speaking of moves, he's looking very feisty for one coming into...
Speaking of being feisty, look at this. This is
Material almost punting Blanc out the way. I don't know what's happened to Material. He's dropped a big time in the last few laps. So back to within the clutches of these guys.
No, Johnson has dropped. Material has climbed positions. Johnson has dropped the pace.
Oh, sorry, yes, it's the other Renault.
Oh, that's a wing.
That's a front. That was a front wing. I don't know whose it is. Oh, it's Michael Valiak. 7th position in the Sauber is no more.
Into Spoon again.
It's coming into Spoon. What I said in the intro. There you go. Too brave on the brakes, using Mondragon as kind of a barrier to slow himself down at the cost of his front wing.
Olivia's age, though, from 7th to 16th. That's not what you want to see.
It's not been the best. We have to say that.
That's very lightly said there, James.
That's an understatement, yeah.
Oh, nearly 3 wide again.
Pereira absolutely sends one. Force India have not had a go. It's a massive cut from everybody there, but Pereira is still going to get the benefit of the exit and is able to pull off the overtake on Olivia's H. That's for 16th position in this Grand Prix as we look to the front, and Carrigal has been caught by Joseph Murray. Sitting prettily in the slipstream as Valiak comes into the pit lane to change his front wing.
De Jong quite strong at 14th. I mean, Lotus have upgraded into tier 3. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised that they have it.
Leaving Aston Martin behind.
Yeah, leaving Aston Martin. They took over a collapsing team that was Virgin, right? So can't really do much with shit.
So back towards the front, we can see this battle for the lead materialising within 0.4 of a second of Marco Carrigal as they exit Spoon Curve and onto the long back straight. A lot of talk of adding a DRS zone here, but frankly I think 130R is just too dangerous of a corner to make a DRS zone into.
Nice.
The Williams really have pace around Suzuka, it would seem.
If Murray gets a good exit in here, he's going to have a chance on Carrigal, which he does.
And here he goes. Dragon onto McHugh.
It seems that the outside line there's much more grip on the outside than all the guys.
Now
here he comes. He's going down the inside. This is exactly what Smith did, and it ended in tears. Here we go, and Carrigal shuts the door, and Murray backs out of it just in time before we saw another front wing fly off. And that has allowed Evelyn Tuga to now catch up to the back. McLaren have been really putting a strong charge of the Constructors' Championship down in the last few races. They really have. They've caught the gap. They've got the gap down to 8 points to the Austrian outfit.
Yeah.
And as it stands, they are poised to take the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Of course, if Red Bull outscore them by 35 points, then they will be crowned Constructors champions.
But I mean, at the moment, it's not looking like Red Bull are going to be crowned
It's not looking
champions
likely,
this
yeah.
Unless they play the strategic masterstroke and Smith will not pit on twice.
The only way that Red Bull can amass 35 points is actually, believe it or not, with a 1-2.
Yeah.
Second and third place only warrants 33 points, while first and second warrants 43. So, and you can't have the two cars finish in the same position in second place, which would give 36 points. But looking towards the back here, and it's just strange that we see so many cars struggling through this little long corner up towards Spoon, just really struggling to get the power down. As Eugene is having to defend. Jankowski's run himself really out wide, but he's actually managed to overtake his teammate momentarily.
And he gives the position back because it's an illegal.
I think that's fair. He did gain an advantage by going off the circuit.
Take de Jong, you know, we gave him a lot of slack this season, but he's doing quite fine in the Lotus.
He's hanging in around though. He's going up the inside of Jakub Kubasek, and as we've seen before, I think he's going to pull this one off, and he has done. He's got past the Ferrari.
And look at the Pereira getting 2 positions in the corner as well.
So Pereira seems to be charging through the field just as much as he is, as McHugh's had hold on from Magnus now. He's caught up the back of him after his small qualifying. And Murray has taken the race lead. He took it into the chicane. I'm going to guess into the... Yes, he did. He took it into the chicane on the outside line.
But Carragher isn't going to give up, is he? I mean, you also have...
he's not going to give up, no. But as it stands, Joseph Murray is your season champion. As it stands is the key word. We are on lap 9 of 22 here at the Japanese Grand Prix. If you've just joined in, thank you for joining us. Top 3 at the moment: Joseph Murray, Marco Carragher, and Marcus Littlegram. 3 different teams, all fighting for constructors' glory, all fighting for drivers' glory as well. We'll see how this pans out. Carragher's getting really close, coming to Spoon. He's going for into Spoon. They make a lot of contact. Carragher gets a little bit airborne. Somehow he still has his front wing on, and he might actually pull this one off. Littlegram's gone through, so Murray's gone from a championship winning position into a position where he wouldn't win the championship whatsoever. And now Tugud is just behind her teammate. And Mondragon's not
Mondragon, yeah, exactly. It all just turned around.
How did Carragher not pick up damage?
Exactly my question. And now we got Music, and Littlegram's going up the inside. Murray cuts the corner. That's going to cost him big time on the exit. Littlegram now alongside him, and Tugud's got a really good run, and Mondragon's got a really good run. It's all falling apart here on lap 9. We started lap 10. Here we go, coming into the first corner. Murray's going up the inside of the Red Bull, and again he backs out of it, just like last time on the Mercedes. It's just not going to work out through turn 1. He saw exactly what happened to Smith when he went for that move, and he saw what the consequence was. So, I don't know if Smith is in 23rd or 24th. You can see on the minimap the 2 dots there with the numbers. They're a little bit far behind. Well, I say a little bit, very far behind from the rest of the pack. They need a safety car or a 2-stop race to even be considered for getting points.
Yeah, we need a... Oh my god, it's...
Well, that's a move. Johnson's got up the inside of Andrew Mondragon. Where on earth has the Renault come from? Out of absolutely nowhere. He's got past the Mercedes. We didn't even know he was up in the top 6. But these guys are miles away from the rest of the pack. The rest of the pack being everyone below 6th place. There's Shane McHugh and Jack Hagan, so there's an even bigger gap.
Meanwhile, look at Littlegram. Littlegram is already on the back of...
He is looking feisty. He'll have seen what happened to his teammate. He'll know that Red Bull agile lead.
Murray's at the back of him though.
Yeah, exactly. Murray's really close behind me. I haven't seen any move into 130R. Are we going to see a move into this pretty much flat corner? No, we're not. Where Fernando Alonso went round the outside of Schumacher in 2005. Murray's darting around in the mirror. He's going to the inside. Littlegram's going to cut this corner. He's going to get the position, I think. No, is he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He gets a good exit. And Johnson's on the back of the other McLaren here.
What is going on?
Littlegram's going to go for it down the inside in turn 1 though.
I don't know about it. He's a little far back.
He's too far back. But speaking of going down the inside, look at Johnson.
Johnson almost pits Tugud into a spin, as you'd say. But they got very lucky with that one. Johnson was kind of sniffing his nose around all over the place.
Oh my god, it's nearly 3 wide on the...
We are 3 wide coming into turn 1, and this is going to end in tears. We got the Force India managing to pull off the move.
The Navigator navigates his way to driver of the day with that manoeuvre.
How on earth has he pulled that one off? You're going to see this here. He hasn't even got the benefit of the straight line speed. He's a full car length behind Olivier Zate. Absolutely sends it. And leaves adequate well on the outside. That's a fantastic overtake. That's probably a contender for overtake of the season. As the 2 Aston Martins making contact through the S's. They have a lot of money, so it wouldn't matter. They could just replace that.
7 seconds behind these guys. Me not, oh dear lord.
Oh dear.
We have a huge
pass past Littlegram.
Murray has, well, he passed him on the last lap.
Yeah, but still. He
And
passed him.
they've caught up to Carrigal as well. So going into Spoon Corner for the 11th time. They'll do it 22 times in this race, so we are at half distance when they cross the line again.
They'll actually
And
do it 23
now up the
times.
hill.
24.
I've never actually seen a race start on that starting grid. Just an interesting topic. Have you ever seen a race start there?
Not really.
Or on the main straight?
They're doing some national series with that.
Murray, down the inside.
Murray's going
Carrigal,
up the
he's
inside.
gonna get a
This is
position.
going to be it. This is going to be the race leading move. He's going to get back into the lead. Yes, he
Look
is.
at Littlegrim.
Fantastic.
Littlegrim, look at the run he got on Carrigal. This is not
He
good.
might go
Look
for
at
moves.
Johnson.
Here comes John. Look at Johnson with the slipstream though. He's already alongside the Red Bull coming into the first corner. He's going to remember Berno where he got when he snapped. What? Littlegrim? How late on the brakes was Marcus Littlegrim through there? I was just about to say. Everybody remembers Berno when Johnson overtook Littlegrim on the final lap for the final podium place. I was about to say that might just happen again. It didn't. Littlegrim pulled the Una reverse card and actually overtook somebody instead of losing a place to somebody.
I mean,
at turn
Littlegrim
one.
is a fast driver. He just makes mistakes. You
So
know,
through Degna 1 into Degna 2. Richard Johnson in 4th place. Defying the odds with this Renault. It's been a bit of a constant theme this season, particularly at the start of it. Kind of died down a little bit in the middle of the season.
Oh, Littlegrim is going for Murray. Look, he closed down from 8 tenths to 3. Oh yeah, this is going to end interestingly.
It seems that getting in the lead is just pretty much... it curses your pace, is what it seems to do. As Littlegrim gets a mediocre run out of Spoon, I'd say he ran a little bit wide there. He'll kick into the slipstream, but that will allow Carrigal to go close. You can see on the Delta, Carrigal's got a better exit. Now in the slipstream as well.
The Delta is absolutely
We are within
shrinking
we're pretty much in a tenth of a second here coming through the chicane. Marcus Littlegrim is going to send, he goes on the inside into the chicane. Marcus Littlegrim on the inside has been the preferable line all
look at
day. Look at Johnson as well. Look out for Richard Johnson here on Marco Carrigal as Littlegrim overtakes. Richard Johnson got a really good run. We got Mondragon and Tugad battling away just behind them, and these guys have now been caught by the man in 7th position, who I believe is Jack Agnes. Coming into turn 1, and Murray's on the inside line there, almost losing his front wing, just like Smith did. Now, losing the front wing now wouldn't be as calamitous for Murray because he wouldn't have to pit again.
Johnson up into P3.
Johnson's gone around the outside. Johnson goes around the outside of the third S and has overtaken the Mercedes of Marco Carrigal, who has led the majority of this race. Not anymore.
This is hard to comprehend, you know. Oh,
that's a big bump on the exit of the curb there for Jose Murray. Well,
if he had spun out, that would have been probably a front wing gone for the British driver.
He probably would have got collected.
Oh,
It's
oh my
not
God.
it.
No way.
He's gone
No
wide.
way.
He might
No
actually
way.
have damage here. Richard
way.
Johnson's going for the move. He's done it. He's going to go around the outside. Murray's missed a gear shift, and Johnson's in the 2nd place.
No, actually, the
Renault,
inside line is actually worse. It doesn't have enough grip for the
the
tires, so
Renault
you're
can't.
actually
Yeah, the
slower.
Renault just cannot stop climbing positions. I don't know where he started this race, but it certainly wasn't very. Well,
I
there's
think
nothing.
9th or something like that.
It was nothing to write home about. This very much is. He's top 3 in 2nd position, which would match Renault's highest finish this season. And Murray, even better, he's too far back to go for a move into the chicane. Now,
Oh,
the
never
thing is,
mind that.
if Murray goes for a move into turn 1, let's say he loses his front wing, he will not have to pit again in this race. Smith will
no,
probably
that's
have to pit
that's
again.
debatable. That's debatable, James.
Is he going to go
What if
for
he
it
d-
into
what
turn
if he
1?
do- What if he does a Skinner? Now, this is where we just can do what ifs, but what if he does a Skinner and
Everything-
hits on the final lap?
I don't know, but the fact that we haven't seen a pit stop in the first 13 laps, it gives the impression that not only the fuel and the tyres can make it. So I think that Murray will be.
Oh my God! Look at Carrigal. He's not playing
Carrigal's
around.
he's about to make the same mistake and just get a terrible exit out of one of the S's because he was too far on the
Speaking of that, look
inside.
how much time he gained through just one of the day. Oh,
Oh,
dear.
there's a big slide there through Degna 2. That was very, very close to spinning out, even closer than Murray.
Oh, look at Johnson just riding the curve.
Murray
actually
is
getting a
all
better
over the
exit.
mirrors of Richard Johnson, and Mark has busted away 2.3 seconds. You just saw him in the foreground of that shot there. As we come through this long corner into Spoon,
sends it-
and
oh
Murray's
my
up the
God.
inside, and Johnson pretty much lets him through there. As here goes Carrigal as well. So
Stan,
Johnson
oh my-
caught, and he's been rear-ended by Tugad, and here it's going to come
Is that an
Mondragon
issue
now.
for Johnson?
So all his laps of hard work has been undone by one corner. He's lost 4 places at Spoon, and we're side by side coming into 130R.
This is not gonna end
Unfortunately,
well.
Johnson backs out.
Look, oh my God! Look at Mondragon. That is a dive and a half trying to overtake.
Here he goes.
Tugad.
Here he goes on level at Tugad. No, he's not going to be able to get past. there.
He's in the slipstream
Coming
though.
Onto the straight.
He's gonna do it. He is gonna do it.
He's going to go down the inside. He pulls out very too good.
There he goes.
And he's done it.
Into P4.
So it seems that Smith Carrigal incident was just a freak accident.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't happened since. And Smith is he's still
sort
caught
of
the back of the
cold
pack
tires,
markers.
on the race start. They aren't really warmed up, so. You can
Someone's
blame
in the
that.
pits.
Someone's in the pits, exactly. Thank you for that. And it's Blanc.
It's Jean-Luc Blanc. So he has lost his front wing. Well spotted. And this is battling for 7th position. And let's see what's happened here. Oh, it's maybe his teammate.
I
He
might
goes
have-
to the inside
I-
spoon,
I
and he
might
does
have-
pull out for him.
I might have cursed Blanc in the podcast. Might have.
You not might have, you very much have.
Shut. Yeah, of course,
Also,
a lot of drivers.
for those
do that.
keeping track at home, that's voice crack number 1 for this race. I'm pretty thankful it took us to lap 15, as we're on board with Kubi Jankowski, who has actually flipped it in this race at the final chicane, still running in the top 15 somehow. I have no idea
Oh,
who's
De
team
Jong
he
is
is.
being hit up. Oh,
Jong
does
is
Kabusek without a wing?
Kubasek has lost his front wing, that is true, and that literally happened right in front of us.
We didn't even see the wing
That
come off.
would explain why De Jong was bouncing all over the place, because his car got rear-ended. So Jakub Kubasek, well, his front wing's detached, and that, I think,
F
pretty
in
much
the
sums up the
chat.
poor guy. That pretty much sums up the poor guy's
Oh,
season. It's been
sweet
one
lord.
to forget.
Look at the amount of cars trying to make moves here.
Oh, this is going to be very bad, especially if we get to 130.
MMS IndyCar Part 3.
Look at this here.
Look at
Aaron's is going to
Aaron's.
get past in the Sauber, and look at the gap he has already. Zage goes around the outside.
Jesus.
Jankowski goes around the outside. Everybody else still stuck behind.
Can I just ask, what's happened to Sage? Because he was up there with like the Mercedes.
I
Oh,
think
Zage-
just
Zage just-
her car gave up. That's the only thing we can really say. We don't really know. There hasn't been any radio that we picked up, so. Oh wait, Kubusek's spinning into
Kubasek has to come into the pits. Oh, I'm very thankful he slowed down. Otherwise,
he knocked the
he would
ball
have taken
down, and there's
he would have taken Kai Eugen with him. Smith has now caught up to the back of these guys. Unfortunately for him, these guys are a bit further back than he would have liked. But at least he's got some company now.
Tommaso on the outside of Kaltken. These guys don't like each other, it seems.
That's just for bragging rights. Carter Kane has the highest finish of an Aston Martin, of course.
I mean, yeah. Because...
Achieved
and
in-
pit stop window is open because Kaltken is
We
pitting.
We have the pit stop window, and it is
Oh,
now
look at
open,
this.
as that's McHugh and Matilda going side by side for P7, which has been a ding-dong battle all race long, we've been seeing, and Material's just going to win out that one with the better exit out
Are you
of the
sure?
Dunlop hairpin.
Actually, yes.
Coming into Spoon, he is ahead, and
No,
here's a
but-
move for the lead.
I don't
What's
know if
happening
any
here?
of the top guys are pitting because the pitting lights deactivated. the
Disappears here.
second free.
Little Grom is defending the inside, but not
Oh,
enough. Murray
Murray.
dummies him. Murray's dummied him here, and are any of them going to pit?
Yeah,
Little Grom
Littlegrom's
is pitting.
pitting.
Little Grom has
And
come up the
Carrigal.
pits, so Red Bull are trying the
Good
undercut here.
also.
So the good thing about McLaren is they have 2 cars in the top 5 compared to Red Bull's 1, so they could split the strategies and see which one is better. They can analyse 2 good lap times on this next
Carrigal
lap.
is already in.
So,
How long will it
He's going
be?
to get held up by Johnson here, and by
no, it's
McHugh.
McHugh holds him up.
And there you go, 7.6 seconds the pit stop itself, but he had to wait a little bit longer than that.
And
Littlegrom's a bit
Littlegrom
lower.
jumps. Okay, Littlegrom stays in the position. He cannot jump.
I think he's probably a bit further ahead than we went into the pits.
Oh
off.
dear lord. People from OGMMS might know what's about to happen into here.
Oh, yeah, I know what's about to happen, yes.
Actually,
I
no,
know
it's
what's
not
happening.
happening. That's depressing.
Yeah, catch fence has got a little bit bent. I'll just say that much.
Alright,
So-
Zage is the one. Oh dear.
I think what's interesting to see is that Smith is absolutely nowhere in this race. Malaysia, he finished second despite a barrel of incidents. Here, he's not even caught up in clean air, may I add. He's not even caught up to his own teammate,
I mean,
having had clean air for 15 laps.
you said that Suzuka is hard to overtake, and it really is, so I don't blame him. Because, you see, Suzuka is really dependent on your setup, if I'm honest, so having a wing change does change things.
Joseph Murray pits. Joseph Murray, the championship leader. If this works out, he could very well take the championship here. It's Suzuka. Into the pits he comes. Andrew Margaret Dragon just behind. And what he needs now, for nobody to hold him up. And pit stop. Other cars are coming to the pits. These guys, I think, are a little bit too far behind. So, Littlegrim is going through 130R right now.
No, wait, Murray isn't out.
No. He's just gone onto his jack. He's at the very end of the pit lane, so we don't have to wait very long to see how this is going to work out. Littlegrim is crossing...
Murray's won the race.
Murray has won this race, I think. Littlegrim has just crossed the line now. He'll be in the back of your frame, and Mondragon's going to take second place. There's Marcus Littlegrim. The undercut has not worked. The overcut has worked, and Joseph Murray has just 5 more laps to hold on.
There's Smith though in 8th.
I don't think he's going to make it to the end, though.
He might make it. He might make it to the end, considering how long they have gone.
I don't know how many laps it was before he lost his wing. Was it 4, I think? I don't know. He might well pit on the final lap. I have no idea. The pits, the start line, I don't know how far down it is. I think it's quite close to the pit entrance. So, Smith may yet spoil the party. We might have to wait until Brazil, which I'm being told has rain forecasted.
Yeah, it's been basically forecasted quite before
Jack
the race.
Agnes, meanwhile, has jumped up to 7th and has been able to stay there. With material in 6th, so the other Renault of Johnson's lost out big time here.
Meanwhile, Murray isn't really gaining time. No, he's not. Look at
no,
the
Mondragon is chasing him down. Littlegrim is chasing him down.
Mondragon and Littlegrim.
He might not have won this race yet, and we've got Carrigal just behind as well.
What were the statistics?
If Murray wins the race...
No, if Murray finishes second, because we know that Murray basically has bagged it if he wins.
If Murray finishes second, he picks up 18 points. Add that to his current 7-point gap. If Smith scores 0 points, we have 25 points. Now, that is the equivalent of winning a race in the other car, not scoring points. But Smith would have to win that race, and then he would go on count back to second position. So we could check, because Smith got second last time out. He got second at Paul Ricard.
What I'm asking you is, what position does Smith need to finish if Murray is second?
He needs to finish, well, technically, he doesn't have to finish, and he can finish anywhere.
In the points.
Because the championship won't be wrapped up, because the count-back rule, Murray hasn't won enough races to win the championship before the final round. Smith has more second places, so Smith wins the final round, and Murray scores no points. They are on the same amount of points. Smith has more second places and would clinch the title. Of course, he got that one at Magny Court, and he got that one last time out in Malaysia.
There's nearly Littlegrim down inside of Mondragon. He's really hungry for that Mercedes P2.
He's got a really bad exit out of the corner, though.
Littlegrim
has to play this smart. Exactly, Littlegrim has to play this smart. He has to sit in behind Mondragon. As frustrating as it is to have another car ahead of you, which is so much slower.
In my opinion, I think Littlegrim should just give up.
You got to think long term. Although having said that, Mondragon's losing time to Murray. With just 3 laps to go, he's going for it into 130R. This is not going to end well. Here we go.
He's actually gone.
He's up the inside. He's done it. He's come up the inside at 130R. That is a sensationally brave overtake.
And there's Carrigal as well, just overtaking Mondragon.
That might well be the overtake that saves Smith's championship, as Too Good's about to overtake Mondragon here as well.
She does it on the outside as well.
Because she didn't cut the corner. Anyway, Littero might just have saved his teammate. I don't know where Smith is on track. He's harassing the back of 6th place.
Smith is right in 8th.
He's in 8th place.
And he's pitting.
He is pitting on lap 20 of 22.
Championship is officially over, no matter what.
Old Johnson's up the inside of him as well, so agonisingly close to the finish, but yet so far.
For the championship to be... Wait, there's
we have a yellow flag. Someone's gone off. Yellow flag.
Yellow flag. And I have no clue what could have happened. Oh. Oh my god,
it's Jean-Luc Blanc who's gone off, and I don't know where he's... It's the final chicane.
What?
He's flipped over the wall.
What is this?
That is an enormous crash, and that's going to be some serious injuries going through the catch fence. That is huge.
How did he end up in there?
I have absolutely no idea how he's ended up there. In fact, do you know where he's ended up? He's ended up on the exit of the Essex.
Wait.
And then he's gone back through the barrier.
Hold up.
This is one of the most remarkable crashes I've ever seen on any sim.
He flips on the curb, he goes
through the barrier, and you're telling me... So he's exited a Dunlop on the gravel, and you're telling me he actually morphs back. Hang on. He's just turning the steering wheel right. And oh my god, he's gone back over the fence and then loses his wheel. I can't help but laugh.
Oh
I'm sorry.
my god.
Oh, here we go. Here we go then. Marcus
Take him out. No, sorry, what? Who's racing, guys?
Marcus Littlegram has caught us to the back of Murray. For those wanting a close championship, you want Littlegram to take Murray out of this race. It would also help the Constructors' Championship fight. But yeah, as it stands, Murray is going to win the championship.
He's going for it.
How interesting this could get coming through 130R, coming into the chicane. He's going for up the inside to the chicane. This is vital. This is for the championship as much as anything. He's on the outside. He's got the penetration on the inside of the corner. And Mark takes the lead on lap 20 of 22 with just 2 laps to go. Here in Japan, he's managed to overtake Joseph Murray. Murray's not giving this up though. He's in the slipstream here. Coming into the first corner, just too far back to go for them. And being sensible, of course, he has a championship to win. Marcus Littlegram is out of contention as it stands to win the championship as far as I'm concerned. This really is going down to the wire. Littlegram through the S is going to happen. And it's somewhat stable at 4/10. Carragher's in this as well. We're all here at Red Bull. Well, let's say we. Everyone at Red Bull is hoping that Carragher can get past. Everyone at McLaren is hoping Murray can either hold position or get past Littlegram. All Murray would have to do at next race, if he finishes second, is score at least 1 point, which is 10th position.
Not really, because it will be 25 points for him, right?
Yeah, well, no. If he finishes in second, he'll have a 25-point gap.
Yeah, so it's pretty much sealed for him due to the count.
No, I mean we could see. No, the countback. Smith wins it.
No, what? I doubt
If Smith, if Smith wins the final
my
race.
God.
Oh, Murray's had a terrible exit. Here comes Carragher. Carragher's on the inside.
Mondragon also behind him.
Mondragon's in this as well. Murray's got the benefit of the slipstream, but has he got the benefit of the track position? Carragher's going to go for it towards the element contact, and Mondragon comes out there. Murray washes out wide and holds the position and switches from defence to attack.
Yellow flag.
We've got another yellow flag out, but Murray's going to take the lead of the race with just 1 lap to go. So we're going to start the final lap.
Good. In the background.
Murray's taken the race lead. Tugan is trying to overtake the McLaren to help McLaren's sorry. Tugan's trying to overtake the Mercedes in the McLaren.
What could have caused that yellow? I'm just...
Has somebody else retired from this race? No, someone probably just a spin from somebody.
Oh, speaking of a spin, Carragher nearly loses it, but the championship is over.
This is crunch time now. Marcus Littlegram, if he does not overtake Joseph Murray, Murray is crowned champion. We might be watching only the second crowning in this rebooted series and the first that's not happened at the final race. Last completed season, of course, it was decided that the season finale in Brazil, absolutely chaotic race. Highly recommend watching it, although my mic quality there is even worse than it is now.
Oh boy, I mean, it wasn't that bad.
There we go, Littlegram is within 2 tenths, he's in the slipstream, within 1.5 tenths now. Coming into Spoon Corner, he just has to sit in behind and get the exit coming into the chicane, and he keeps the championship alive. This is really going down to the wire now.
Oh dear. I think... Just stand up, because you're gonna... Oh my god, look at Carragher.
Littlegram in the slipstream coming into the final chicane. He's going to send it. He has to. This is for the championship. Carragher comes to the corner. Marcus Littlegram's going to get the better exit. Who's going to win the race? It's going to be Marcus Littlegram who wins the Japanese Grand Prix with a final lap, final corner overtake on Joseph Murray, who extends his championship lead and all but seals it. He just has to finish in the points next race. Wow. Francesco Pereira as well, P8. We have completely missed his charge through the field. As we're watching Matilda take night.
Look at it.
McHugh will take the final points.
Side by side for the finish line.
Eugene and the Halstead. It's going to be Eugene by 20,000ths of a second.
Oh my.
What a chaotic finish. As Smith is actually going to get here in position. That's no points for those who are F1 new boys. He's not going to pick up many points, but Marcus Littlegram has kept the championship battle alive with a last corner overtake on Joseph Murray, who will be absolutely
material. Okay, now real talk here. What would have Smith to do? Because let's be honest, look at the count back and everything.
I'll just reiterate this again. So, Joseph Murray has now extended his lead to 25 points, which is the equivalent of a race win. So, if he scores at 1 point, that gap would become 26 without Smith's contributions. Even if Smith gets the full 25, that's still 1 point gap. Murray wins the championship. So, the only way for Murray to not be ahead on points is at the next race for what happened pretty much here to happen, except imagine Murray finished first. Smith would have to win the race. Murray would have to not score points, DNF, something would have to happen to him. In which case, Smith would have 3 wins, Murray would have 3 wins, and then it goes on count back to second places, which I believe Smith has more of.
Alright then, this is going to be one of the this is literally becoming one of the tightest MMS championship fights ever.
It is still alive, which is the important thing, and Brazil in the wet, anything, and I repeat, anything can happen.
Alright then, driver of the day.
I'd actually like to say, we completely missed him. I'd like to say Francesco Pereira. Force India in 8th place, having started... Well, God knows where he started.
Well, didn't Pereira start like high up in there, like 14th or something?
Well, he was at the back. Sorry, he was at the back at the start. He started in 16th position, up 8 places, including having a bad start.
Driver of the day though, Jack Agnes, 15 positions up.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. I'd probably say him as well, especially with his team. One of the more comical crashes. But yeah, that will wrap up Suzuka. So we have 1 race to go in the championship, of course, because Fuji was cancelled due to reasons. It's a wet Brazilian Grand Prix next weekend, same time, same place. You do not want to miss it.
Exactly. That was...
15 weeks. 15 weeks of hard work in driving all comes down to Brazil.
That's just wowie. I guess that's it from us, isn't it?
That is it from us. Yes. I'm gonna just reiterate. Just make sure you're there next race. It's going to be Brazil wet race. Hopefully 2012 quality. I can't guarantee that though. But we can hope.
Right, so that's it from us. Be sure to be safe on the roads, wear your seatbelt, always have your driving license while you're in the car, and just enjoy these races. See you next time in Brazil, round 14 of 14, the season finale. Bye bye.